Hello and welcome back to the class of 5G. We are ready to define 4G, and this time the task was given to ITU or International Telecom Union, which is simply a lot of companies and government agencies under United Nations coming together to define standards of wireless communication. According to them, trivially, 4G is the fourth generation of mobile communication. It had minimum speed of 100 Mbps with peak speeds up to 1 gigabits per second. Quite impressive. It was also the first ever all-IP communication with VoIP joining the internet. It had potential to open huge markets for video streaming and cloud-based services. Some of the initial implementation of 4G were carried out by Huawei as hardware provider and Netcom as service provider in Norway. All of this is pretty cool, but what about some of the widely used and heard terms like 4G LTE, VoLTE, or even LTE Advanced? There is an interesting story behind it. After 4G was defined, it was a major task to roll it out across the world. The rollout needed skills, time, and most importantly, money. So the companies had a small proposal. They said, "Dear ITU, we have come significantly far from 3G. We agree that we have not reached the performance threshold of 4G, but we are progressing and we will get there sooner or later. How about we agree upon a constructive solution to provide better experience to the customers?" This sounds pretty fishy. What they actually meant was 4G was way too much for them to catch up with. They needed more money and investment, and they would miss out majorly on the 4G smartphone market hype. So they were asking ITU to make 4G requirements less strict. Of course, ITU can't do that once it has defined 4G. So instead, they allowed companies to sell half-cooked 4G by calling it LTE or long-term evolution. This by definition meant we weren't going to get the real 4G anytime soon. And if that's not enough, they were pretty sure that since majority of customers don't really know what is 4G, they will think either LTE itself is 4G or LTE is something better than 4G. Happy times, right?
Hey Siri, you're the best.
Bingo. Boom. Love that one.
After a few years, since 4G LTE was sold as 4G, once they had reached required milestones like minimum speed and top speeds along with VoIP, they couldn't simply sell it as 4G. That wouldn't be so attractive. So they're branding it as LTE Advanced or something else like LTE Advanced Pro. In fact, some gutsy companies are also going far enough to call the by definition 4G as 5G, with of course an E trailing it for evolution. Sadly, it means 4G never got released the way it was defined. And with 5G on the verge, it will eventually just dust off. But on the bright side, LTE Advanced is actual 4G in most cases. So we do get 4K video streaming, better quality of services, required stats, and upgraded tech. Fair enough, right? Totally. So this was 4G with all of its gimmicks and glory. In next lecture, we'll take a look at the issues of 4G. Till then, happy learning, and I hope you have a great day.